Hey guys, what is up? It's Redmaster, RedPeck77 here, and today we're bringing you another video in the series of Red's tutorials. Now today, we're going to be talking about movement. Now, movement, since this game is a turn-based strategy, almost like a sort of board game, if you haven't noticed, movement is very important. Positioning of your units and where they end up moving is very important to either your win, or your victory, or your defeat. Now, there are currently about 3 types of different movement that are out there, and I'll explain what I mean in a minute. But we're going to look right into some of these movements as I'm speaking now. And first we're going to start out with the scratch that. We're actually going to just talk about movement in general for a bit. Movement's role is very crucial to this game, in my opinion. Since this is a turn-based board, you all see the board if you've played this game, so you all kind of know what I'm talking about, what I mean by movement. If you don't, that means you probably don't have the game. But movement kind of just dictates where you go, and certain units have certain numbers of movement, which is key. If you want a faster unit, then you may need something with 4 movement. If you want a slower unit, then they're going to end up having 2 movement. Frozen, we'll get all into that probably in a minute, but I would say movement is a very key role to the game. So like I said, we're going to actually probably jump into a couple numbers here just to show you what I mean. First of all, you probably have your immobile units, your Hassan Guard Tower. You see the little green sort of compass indicate your general direction of where or how much movement your guys have. 0, of course, means no movement, so this guy cannot move at all. But say you have a card like this. See how the number is now 3? That indicates that a unit now has the ability to move 3 tiles forward. Of course, I don't know the exact numbers for branching out, but when we get into matches, I will show you, what the movement is, like what movement looks like and how you determine your movement. Of course, we're just going over numbers right now. So this would be your average unit. It's able to move 3 tiles. It can move about 2 spaces ahead of your castle. Then finally, we have units like, if I think I passed him, Salhart Rider. Now, this unit has 4 movement. 4 movement equals your faster moving units, such as units that are able to go 3 tiles ahead. You could run out, you could charge. Units like that are probably pretty fast. And speaking of charge, let's go look at a unit right now that has charge, because that actually has something to do with movement, as I just remembered. Righteous Knight. Now, the charge movement gives your unit, I think, 5 instead of 4 movement. As you can see, it gains bonus movement on the turn played. This means that when you summon it, it's allowed to move extra spaces. So, say for example, Reckless Knight is able to actually move 5 spaces on the turn it's summoned, and 3 on other turns. Alright, so that's about it for movement, but let's talk about it quickly before I get into matches and examples of what movement is. Let's look at 2 mechanics that have also another important effect on on movement. Now, the first is flying. Now, flying, as you can see here, demonstrated by the Shadow Drake, it can move through enemies except other flying units. Now, if you have a ground unit, let's say like this filthy peasant right here, it's not flying. So you can't, no matter where you move this, it can be blocked per se, and I'll get into what blocking is in a minute. But say if you have a flying unit, the Shadow Drake, it could actually hover over the filthy peasant and end up on the space behind it. Now, a good example of this would probably be something you see on your first turn. I would summon maybe I don't know, let's just say, for instance, a rat. I place it 2 tiles ahead of my castle. But the thing is, my opponent already has Shadow Drake on the field, and he's already moved it 2 spaces ahead of his. Now, what would regularly happen is that if it was a ground unit attacking, so say like another rat would be coming, that would be, I would block the rat, being, blocking the rat from being able to move onto my castle. That means he wouldn't be able to attack me, and he would have to be forced to go around my rat in order to advance. However, when you have a unit like that, like the Shadow Drake that has flying, it could hover over the unit. So say we're going back to the scenario where I have a rat, 2 tiles ahead, Shadow Drake 2 tiles ahead of the opponent's castle, and it's his turn. He could now fly over my rat and attack my castle for 2. We'll see how that plays out in matches if we get a chance to. But of course, I kind of already partially explained blocking too, where it's kind of set up so that, well, let's say, like I said, it forced units to go around. So, of course, going back to the rat thing. We're going back to the rat thing. 2 rats. It's his turn. His rat is going to have to go around mine if he wants base damage, or just smack my rat and get rid of it just to make things easier. But, I mean, let's stop explaining it. Let's actually get into a match so we can see what I'm talking about. We're going to go to single player first, just to get some of the basic movement down, and since this is not going to take a long time, we're going to use this deck versus Crusaders. Why not? Alright. Good, we got some movement here. Now, I can't play anything granted this turn, but as you can see, all my units here have about 3 movement each. See, now these units have equally moved 1 unit and, they have moved equally 1 tile and 2 tile respectively. This peasant has moved up 2 spaces from where he summoned. This rat has moved up 1 space. Now, these red boxes also indicate where they will go or what they can attack on their next turn. As you can see here, he's going to move an additional 3 and smack it for 2. The rat also moves an additional 3. So let's push this peasant off of our base, because I don't need losing. Of course, there you see the Reckless Knight. That charge came in pretty heavy there. Let's get him out of here. Move him back a bit. He has moved up 3 spaces, which is 2 tiles ahead of the castle, as I was trying to explain earlier. Here, you can see I'm able to move all of these tiles that are kind of glowing a shade of red. So let's just move up and attack. I have moved 1 tile respectively. So, as you can see, it's pretty simple how movement works, but also where movement works is important as well. Now, as you can see, I am now able to, of course, play my turn. Now, it's important where I put him. If I want to attack the castle and maybe not lose damage, I should probably put my guy maybe somewhere up here or down, well, actually more of up here so I don't get this guardian smacked in my face. Say if I want to get rid of that shaman, I have a great line of movement here to attack. So it's really important where your units are actually moving to if you want to play strategically. Of course, the shaman come out. He only can move 2. Whoa. Sorry guys, my screen went a bit dark there. You probably can see what's going on, but I can't. Technical errors. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Okay. Sorry for the technical glitches on my end. That is not good. Of course, we're in a match. Okay, so this is what happened. So, let's just move our... So, say if I want to attack the castle now, it's good to move 3 tiles up and smack for some extra damage there. Let's just move Berserker up to block. And like I said, you see where I'm positioning units is also important, so I don't lose my guys. Now, of course, since it's being an AI unit, that wasn't the smartest move to do, but not that much to expect from him now, is it? So, of course, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to attack that. See how I moved that? Actually, hold on, yeah, before I move my guy, well, let's move him here. But you see how I moved my guy to use his ability to his advantage? Now, of course, in a later video, I'll explain to you what cleave is. But I positioned him in a way that I can maximize his ability, per se. So, of course, here we're almost done with the fight. There's not much, I don't think, the CPU can do. It's just kind of a thing. That, again, wasn't the smartest thing on his part, but I'm not complaining. You'll understand why I'm doing this in a minute. Now, this unit is 4 moving, so you can see that's 3 tiles above. And units like Wind Mage or other cards like that actually have an ability to affect other units' movement. So you can see here, so I don't lose my opportunity. When I play Wind Mage, you see everything gets moved, so there are also cards that can shape movement as well. Alright, and that is the victory. Sorry if I lost sound. I think I lost a bit of sound here. I'm just going to try and reset my app. But now we're going to go into a live match with one of my friends here, and he's been waiting for us. This is Black Phantom. We're going to challenge him to a match. We're going to see how a live match can be different than an AI match. An AI match is very simple. Its greed is predictable, but let's see if that can be fixed here. And I apologize just for this technical glitch. If you guys aren't getting any sound on your end, I'm not getting any sound on my end. I'll have that fixed for the next video indefinitely. But as you can see, we're waiting for Black Phantom to make a move here. Yeah, alright, he can't do anything. I can't do anything, so. And it's my turn. Okay, so we placed his flying books, as you can see, in a certain position where I may not be able to reach him. And that's smart if he wants to maximize his ability. Now, I'm instead going to go for the frontal assault and see if I can hit some damage off on his castle. He may not allow me to do that, but let's see what he can do. Alright, suit of armor. It's immobile, as you can see, which means it has 0 movement. It can't move anywhere from where it is now. So, let's get him out of here. The blacksmith, he's going to gain some extra attack. Alright, he can't do anything. Let's power my guy up here. We'll do some damage off on the castle. Maybe we'll position our guy for something else instead of hitting that armor. I feel like that armor now is in a tougher spot since I can't smack up and hit him directly. Alright, there's the fire drake. That's going to get rid of my unit there. Alright, let's get some gold here. We're going to pull out. Alright. Now, of course, I'll be explaining more about video in other videos, like you see all these other abilities, Rampage, Cleave, etc. Those will be explained in later videos. I'm just trying to maximize this one on movement. So you can see here that unit had 4 movements, so it was able to lunge out, hit the fire drake, and of course, if you know what Rampage does, you know the rest. So let's see what he's got. He's got 6 gold here. Maybe in a tough spot. Alright, he pulls out the Judge. It deals 3 damage to my Fenrir. Takes it out with the... Okay. So let's do some more damage to the castle. I'm not going to bother moving him anywhere else. Let's see what he can do at this point. Another Fire Drake. So take out my guy there. Let's move a Fencer in. Now, of course, he's got 6 turns to retaliate, or else sudden death will cause him to lose, but let's see if he can save himself. He's got that suit of armor guarding, which might be a problem. He's now got 2 suits of armor guarding, but that's no worries. We have exactly enough gold to do what I plan to do. We're going to send both of them back to his hand, and we're going to end the match. Alright guys, and that was the video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're enjoying the series as a whole. If you like, make sure to comment, subscribe to me for anything else. What else do I want to say to you guys? Thanks to Kev for the thumbnail again for the video. Great work he's doing. And thanks to Black Phantom for being my opponent in this match. That's about it, guys. Until next time, stay gaming.